Officer Garrett Wolf is now facing 11 charges, including felony murder for shooting Brooks in the back. Officer Devin Brosnan facing 3 charges, including aggravated assault.
Look at these two white motherfuckers.
And the DA saying today that second officer, Devin Brosnan, has agreed to turn state's witness to testify against Garrett Rolfe. But that officer's attorney late today denying this, saying there is no deal. ABC's Steve Osunsami leading us off again tonight from Atlanta.
It's what the streets wanted, a murder charge in Atlanta tonight for the officer seen here shooting Rayshard Brooks in the parking lot of this Wendy's restaurant last Friday night.
The first charge is felony murder.
Garrett Rolfe, who lost his job a day later, is accused tonight of felony murder and 10 other charges that could cost him his life if he's convicted. Officer Devin Brosnan,
yes, Lord,
arrive on the scene, is charged with aggravated assault. The county prosecutor who made the decisions said that these photos steered his thinking. Pictures of former Officer Rolfe kicking Brooks as he's dying.
Ain't that a bitch?
Officer Brosnan standing on the shoulder of the man.
Officer Rolfe actually kicked Mr. Brooks while he laid on the ground, while he was there fighting for his life.
Damn.
It began with a call that Brooks was asleep at the wheel in the drive-thru.
He was asleep.
Officer Brosnan gets there first.
Hey. Sir. What's up, man? Hey, you're parked in the drive-thru right now. Hey, sir. All right, you good?
Yeah. Brooks wakes up and moves the car into a parking space. Officer Rolfe arrives, and this is now an alleged DUI.
Mr. Brooks. Will you take a preliminary breath test?
Here, reaching back with the stun gun and pointing it at the officer when Officer Rolfe fires. In a statement, Rolfe's lawyer says his client heard a sound like a gunshot and saw it flash in front of him. Fearing for his safety and the safety of the civilians around him, Officer Rolfe dropped his taser and fired his service weapon at the only portion of Mr. Brooks that presented to him, Mr. Brooks's back.
What are we doing? Or do we care about the protesters and trying to solve the issues that they have? Or do we just care to use sacrificial lambs to act like we're doing something? We don't know. But what I do know is you're tearing up the Atlanta Police Department.
The prosecutor says there's a lot more to the story, that Brooks was 18 feet away when the first shot was fired, that the taser Brooks had wrestled away from the officer had fired all of its rounds, and that Rolfe yelled, "I got him," after firing the deadly shots. Brooks's family
motherfucker, you could have shot him in the leg, you could have shot him in the arm.
I didn't imagine being there because I don't know what I would have done if I would have seen that for myself. But I felt everything that he felt just by hearing what he went through. And it hurt. It hurt really bad.
Yes, we appreciate and we commend the DA's office for charging these officers appropriately.
Charge them all.
But that's just step one.
In the streets of Atlanta this evening and at the Wendy's restaurant that burned to the ground, protesters cheered and blocked roads. The 2 officers have until tomorrow evening to turn themselves in.
Bye, bitches.
So let's get right back to Steve Osunsami with